subjects of literature, philosophy, art, music, and swimming. The core curriculum was founded in the olden days when Bernheim and Schwartz were just two guys fighting on opposite sides of World War II. And a Barnard degree meant knowing never to talk back to your husband. Columbia men studied their fellow great white men and token lady writer in order to assert their dominance over the lowly plebeians who thought Hegel is how you tighten your vagina.
Or butthole.
Or butthole. Hegel is how you tighten.
Representation.
But this year, the university added an additional requirement, the Sexual Respect and Community Citizenship Initiative, or SexHub. This seems to contradict some of that old stuff we've been spark noting. From Lit-Hum to Art-Hum, the course celebrates sexual assault. Titus Andronicus revels in rape more than Titus Andromedon revels in Inanua. In fact, none of the artists we study would be able to submit their masterpieces for the sexual respect requirement. Bernini's sculpture, The Rape of Persephone, is just as subtle as its title. Ovid's Metamorphoses is essentially assault's greatest hits. And Schoenberg's 12 Tones is a rape on the ear hole.
It's true.
That's right. The very same administration that pushes rape upon you as early as freshman year now requires all students to passively endure a cockamamie sexual respect program. Some students revisited their high school days, apathetically watching a documentary under the guidance of equally unenthused guest facilitators. Others opted to stay home and watch that 3-hour epic filmed in New Zealand, the bystander intervention video. Step up! Some people would argue that the administration did provide an alternative which allowed students to explore sexual respect in a more intimate way, by being a force to endure the totally ineffectual judicial process. Seriously though, the arts option was inspired by the random doodles scrawled by judiciary hearing panels when they pretended to listen to survivors' stories. Many students took this project seriously. Some submitted finger paintings about fingering. While a prolific spec commenter, the Bollinger administration, compiled a found poem composed of all of their one comment. One student, an alleged rapist, even submitted the following haiku. I am so sorry. Rape is very, very bad. Let me graduate. The arts option certainly wasn't without its faults. Its biggest critic, of course, was No Red Tape, who held a satirical art workshop where they passed out crayons and laughed about the inadequacies of art as a response to rape on campus, unless it involves a mattress. How ineffectual these seminars are. Let's make people sit in a room for 45 minutes and tell them how bad rape is. Because if rapists are good at one thing, it's listening. That'd be like rehabilitating murderers at Rikers by scheduling mandatory Law and Order screenings. Or by forcing macaroni funny art on drug kingpins and being surprised when they end up huffing up all the Elmers. Instead of all this bullshit, the administration should focus more on fostering a community which protects and supports survivors. For our part, we in the band submitted this very joke as our arts option. Hopefully we get featured on the website. In honor of tracing your hands for a kindergarten craft, the band now forms a turkey with 4 penises and plays any way you want to fulfill this requirement is probably adequate.